Okay, guys. I guess we're live. Are we? Hey, what's up? Oops. Sorry about the long wait, guys. So, how's your day so far? Mine went fine. Busy. The day's not a busy day for us at work, so I really enjoyed my day today. And we're almost at the weekend, almost Friday now, guys. So I hope you'll have a nice and enjoyable weekend. So let's start this one. So what are we going to do today? We're not going to play any games. All right. So you can see here, I'm at a website. This website is called Tier Maker, and probably some of you may have seen this before from other streamers, YouTube streamers. They're doing their own ranking of their games. So today I'm going to rank my video games, all of the video games I've finished, uh, video games that I've played the story mode and finished. So, all right. So first, what you'll see here is, let's see here. Okay, so if you see here, this is the games. What the games I'm going to put on S are games that are, well, exceeded my expectation. These are games that in my opinion, are hard to come by. Some games that I enjoyed, games that I played over and over. Okay, so you'll see those games that will be ranked as, for me, these are the legendary games. Okay, so we'll go to A. A is it's almost perfect. I enjoyed it. It doesn't have the thing that it gave me playing the S rank games. Okay, S rank games. Most of them are, after playing them. You know that. Have you seen the Kermit the Frog meme? If you've played a really good game, I'm sure you have seen that once before. That you can't, you don't know which game what to play next. If you felt that way after playing a game, okay, you must have played an S rank game. So it's something that's still on your in your mind days after or weeks after you played it. Okay, so that's what I say. But if it's missing that, but the game is still excellent for me. Did a good job telling the story of the character, the narrative, all of that. Gameplay. If I really enjoyed it, that would go to the A plus. Okay, one moment here. All right, so one moment here. Okay, so A games are generally are interesting stories. Generally, yeah, they're quite a good story. Gameplay is good. Um, not not that boring, but it's good. Uh, B games. games that are kind of generic. However, I did still enjoyed playing those games. So those games will be even though they're kind of generic, kind of enjoy the game. That yeah, that's a B for me. C, it's quite mediocre. Um, but I played it through games that I played it through. Uh, the, D is a boring, but if it's not that boring, if it's flat mediocre, that goes to C. And D, of course, are quite boring games for me. So, okay, so let's start ranking our games. So, let's see here. Mhm. By the way, how's the sound? I'm coming into good? Good, good. Okay, okay. Okay, so let's check here. Okay, so sorry about that. So let's start with the Assassin's Creed 1. Played this back on PS3. Characters, I would say characters rank B, kind of generic. Story is quite good, okay, quite interesting enough. And also find the so music, it's okay. Exploring, exploring, you won't find any not much anything, just collectibles. Exploring the world, so I would give that a B for Assassin's Creed, the first one. Assassin's Creed 2, this goes to A plus. Enjoy the story, the side missions. Side missions are quite repetitive, but the characters, the NPCs, are quite interesting. Leo, of course, was on the second. That's when he was introduced. Leo, not Leonardo DiCaprio, not him. The painter, the artist, back in the Renaissance period. So Leo was there. So quite interesting character. Story, the characters, the protagonists, antagonists are good. Exploring, it's also good. Enjoyed exploring the Florence. Okay, so that goes to A plus. Assassin's Creed 3, it's kind of well, the character is it's kind of a Altair, not quite interesting. The story, it's story is good so far. I mean, quite good enough to be interesting. Music, not that good. Not much with the music, but the exploring, that's where they make up for the story and the character. This they have they have exploring, like there are some naval battles going on this game. Hunting is also fun for Assassin's Creed 3. So let's go with as letter B. Let's move on to Black Flag. Black Flag for me. They did some improvements on the third one, so Black Flag goes to A. Brotherhood is still good. Ezio is still interesting. Collecting, the thing about this is, even though you have to do some collecting of items, still still holds up. Ezio still interesting character. Didn't felt bored when I'm collecting. Also, exploring the Rome for Brotherhood. So new game mechanics are excellent for me. So that goes to A plus. Revelation is it's good enough for me for A. Rogue Rogue is something different, never done on the previous Assassin's Creed. Uh, Shay McCormack is quite an interesting character. The exploration, it's much better than the Black Flag. So that's that's an A, but because of the changes they did, interesting character, the story is quite interesting, so that goes to A. Eh, it's underrated actually for me, but it's a good one. It's a good Assassin's Creed game. Now the last two Assassin's Creed I played, the Unity and the Syndicate. For me, they're kind of boring. Don't get me wrong, guys. This is just my personal preference. If you enjoy the games, I rated D or C. That's good for you. It's just that every one of us has a different life experience. So you may find it enjoyable to play those games. I rated C and D. You might have games that you hate that I find enjoyable. So that's because we had different experiences in life. So let's go with Bad Dudes. Bad Dudes. It didn't have that much game back in the NES when I had the NES. So this were one of the games I was just playing. I enjoyed it. So that the yeah, there's the characters, not much characters. Story, the just to rescue someone, kind of a double dragon thingy. Music, it's cool enough to be immersed, for you to be immersed on the game. Exploring, you can't do much exploring because it's a 2D scroller, so we'll give that B. Arkham Asylum, I enjoyed that. It's just that the ending, it's kind of generic to me. So don't get me wrong, guys. I enjoyed Batman. It's just that the ending is it's not that creative how they ended the story. So I'll put that on B. Now this is when they did some improvement. Um, DC and Warner Brothers did a fine job improving things. So Arkham City is an A plus for me. Okay, so Origins. Well, the thing about Origins is it's a B for me. It feels like it felt like I'm playing Arkham Asylum. It's an open world, but the characters not as interesting as the one in Arkham City. Forgive me, guys, but didn't. I enjoyed it. Like the gameplay. Gameplay mechanics are good. Uh, Arkham City. Okay, so they have the Batmobile here. Characters. I would put this on A. Okay, beyond story's good. Characters are interesting. Exploring, not much. Not much with exploring. Music, yeah, it's mediocre for me. So we'll put this on B. Bloodborne, of course. This one is action adventure game. Character. Some characters are quite interesting. I forgot his name, but we'll put this on the well. What makes up for the story is it's the exploring, the music as well. There's a little bit of lore. I mean, there's lore on this game, so that's a lot. Rich with lore, so I'll put this on A plus. I mean on A. Sorry, guys. Catherine, nice puzzle game, very interesting story. The what else? There's no exploring, so but still enjoyed the game, so we'll put that on A. Next is, let's see here. Give me a second, guys. I'll just check one thing here. Sorry about that, guys. Just need to check one thing here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's continue. So Black Ops. Start with Black Ops. This is a Vietnam story. Woods, great character, story. Of course, that's an excellent one. Music, there's not much music. Exploring, not much exploring, but the character and the story are quite good. Gameplay, it's still good. It's a first-person shooter. It's still good. Black, the zombies mode, didn't enjoy it as much as the one in World at War. So let's see. Let's go with this one. Black Ops. This is when Black Ops. I mean Black Ops 2. This is when the Black Ops story ended for me. Characters quite interesting, especially when someone showed up unexpectedly. Didn't expect to see that guy on Black Ops 2. No, that's not an A. A plus. That this goes to A. Okay, so let's go to Modern Warfare. It's Call of Duty. This time it's Modern Warfare it's good enough for A plus. That's where they introduce Captain Price, which we will see again on the next Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare game. The second one, there's so much things that happen on the second one. for Modern Warfare 2. So this is an S for me, S rank game. It's highly recommended. If you started playing the first one, I recommend playing the second one. Of course, finish the game. Third, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Mm, it's good enough, good as the first one. World at War. World at War is goes to A plus. Could have been B, but because of the zombies, I really enjoyed the zombies mode for Call of Duty World at War. That goes to that goes to the A plus. Let's go to Dead Rising. Dead Rising Vanilla. I enjoyed the game. The missions are good. It's just that you're always on a time limit. And there are some missions that you won't be able to complete unless you do something first or level up. Yeah, so forgot his name. Scott. Was that his name? Okay, so Destiny. It's a nice shooter. I enjoyed the shooting. The shooting feels good. What else? There's story, of course, but most of this is just multiplayer. Like I mentioned, guys, if you read my description, I don't play that much shooter games. I'm bad with it. So I'm putting that on C. In the story, it's mediocre. However, the gameplay is good enough for A. So mediocre. But the thing about this is the campaign, the story mode is too short. Okay. As if you, yeah. So it's just like a few hours. I think it was less than 10 hours, or around 10 hours. Dark Souls, very good game. Same goes to the third. The second and the third are very good games. Brain Games. Give me a second here. This one is from I played this on dual screen, Nintendo dual screen or DS. So this one, very fun to play. Mario Kart DS, that's an A plus. That's a Mario Kart. Now Evil Within, it's mediocre. For me, it's mediocre. Didn't enjoy it as much as the second one. The second one, they did some improvements. The good thing about here is that they listened to their fans, made some improvements, and because of that, that is an A plus for me. Getting thirsty here. Okay, so the characters, the boy band, are quite interesting bunch. The gameplay is quite good. The leveling up system is quite good. What else? Exploration, yeah, I really enjoyed the exploration on this one. Side missions are okay, or I mean, quite good. I enjoyed it, so that goes to 8 plus. Now 13. This is a giant linear game. Characters, not quite interesting. Uh, you'll only get to do the exploration on a certain chapter on this one. What else? Yeah, the characters. Lightning, it's not quite interesting. The rest of the group not interesting. But what the interest the interesting characters start is sorry, I can't speak. The starters, I mean the character starts to get interesting when they add the second one, which should have been a part of 13. but the second one is quite good, so that goes to A. And the third installment to Final Fantasy 13 is, for me, is made me appreciate the first two. So this one goes to A plus, Lightning Return. Now, Tales of Fantasia, there are three versions for this game. The NES, I mean SNES version, which was not released in North America. The, they had a GBA version of this, which is the one I played. So interesting characters, the story. I didn't expect the ending would be like that. So this goes to A plus. Okay, God of War 3. God of War 3. I enjoyed the gameplay. Enjoy the gameplay is good. The story still interesting. It's interesting enough. However, it's too short, so I'll put that on A. Ascension, God of War Ascension. Sorry. It's a little bit mediocre, so this goes to B. Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto 4. I would love to rate this A plus because of that experience I had playing it on my PlayStation 3. I had a glitch during I think that's the final chapter. The last chapter. The chase. The boat chase. There's a glitch that happened that, you know, that I hated, and it's all over the internet, that glitch. So if you look hard enough, you will know about the glitch, or if you play the game, you'll learn about the glitch at the end. So the story's good, interesting characters. Well, when I think of GTA, the only thing that comes into mind, well, half of the things are, the excellent character building, interesting characters, the gameplays, the missions. The other half is just the freaking glitch. So, sorry about this, guys. This should have been an S for me because of that glitch. I don't know why they weren't able to fix that glitch. I mean, Rockstar didn't fix the glitch. So I would still recommend playing this. Okay. Grand Theft Auto 5, of course. No questions asked. That's an S, a legendary one. Heavy Rain. That's quite that's the characters. The main characters are quite interesting. Game mechanics. I would say it's an A. Game mechanics are it's an A for me. Um, but the characters, the story, it's quite the the voice acting is not good, but the story is quite interesting. So I'll put that on A plus. Horizon Zero Dawn, for me it's an A plus. Interesting story of Alloy, character side missions, the hunting, exploration, all of that are excellent. Ikari Warriors, Ikari Warriors. This is an NES game. I enjoyed it, so that goes to A. Now, Infamous First Light, which is a DLC of Infamous Second Son. Second Son. It's a bit enjoyable, but the Second Son, it's I don't know why, but it's quite boring. I mean, and quite repetitive. It's not a fail. I still recommend to play those games. Like I mentioned earlier, if I ever mention it, if it's not listed here, it's a game I haven't played or haven't finished. And another thing is that if it's not listed here, it's because I hated it. That's my secret. So, Second Son, good enough to play, but it's just that collecting it feels boring. I mean, you know. Now, Journey is an A plus, short and sweet, relaxing for me. Exploring is the biggest points where it got its biggest points. That goes to A plus. I mean A. Now LA Noir. This one, everything is the story, the side missions are excellent. It's just that the exploration, you won't see that much when exploring things. You just see traffic, people walking around, not much going on. The side missions and the story, the characters are quite interesting. Left Behind is a DLC for Last of Us. Left Behind is an A plus, very interesting. A story about Ellie, which is part of the main characters in Last of Us. Last of Us, of course, that's a legendary game for me. It's linear, however, they pull it off through the story, the voice character, the voice acting are top notch. The graphics for that time for PS3, it's exceeded our expectation when we played this one. So that goes to S, Class S game. Same goes to Zelda. Exploration on this one is, I would say, it's the same experience you'll get when you play Red Dead Redemption. When hunting, when doing hunting, the strangers that you'll meet, it's kind of the same feeling that you get when you play Red Dead Redemption, when you play Zelda Breath of the Wild. So very interesting characters and PCs. Gameplay, yeah, everything's perfect on this one. So that deserves to be on S. Now, Life is Strange Before the Storm. Yeah, this is quite an interesting story. Life is a Strange. Didn't expect it will be as a very good a very good game. Didn't expect it, so it exceeded my expectation of a story-driven game. Not much with the gameplay, so more on a narrative storytelling game. Mario Kart 8, of course, that's an A plus. Okay, we go with the Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of Mordor. Let me see here. Gameplay. Gameplay feels like Assassin's Creed. Yeah, because you have to unlock some areas. You have to unlock a tower, kind of Assassin's Creed. Talion is quite an interesting character. Story, of course, the lore, and of course, this is a Lord of the Ring, part of the Lord of the Ring universe. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the movies. I had Legolas there, so I enjoyed this one. So this one goes to A plus. Okay, so far we have 5 games in under S rank. So that's the Modern Warfare 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Last of Us, Zelda, Life is Strange. Let's go here with Medal of Honor. I'm not sure if you guys remember all of the Medal of Honor games. We're no longer getting any more Medal of Honor games. The last one was a few years ago. So the one I played, the last one was the Medal of Honor 2010. Medal of Honor, this one goes to A. Airborne, this is an excellent World War II European European theater video game. This one, the Pacific Assault, I really enjoyed that one. This one is a Pacific Assault, and of course, Pacific theater game, video game, World War II game. So everything was in the Pacific. Airborne mostly are like in Italy. Mario Kart 64, that's an A plus for me. Let's see here. Bubble, really enjoyed this one. So this one goes to A plus. Like I mentioned earlier, guys, there are games that I will rate very low on my tier, but you might also be surprised that some people hates a game, but you know, kind of love it, just like Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. I enjoyed it, to be honest. Casey is the name of the one who I forgot the name of the rest of the character. I think Casey is the name of the character who has like she can jump higher than the rest of the characters. So I often use that character. Yeah, so that goes to A. Okay, now this one, it's a hidden gem for me for the NES. I've seen people rank their own NES games, and you will not see this on their ranking. Not even on the top 20 or top 50. For me, Lone Ranger NES game, it's like Red Dead Redemption of the NES. exploration. You can do several things. You can go several. Uh, let's see here. There are several towns you can explore. You can speak to NPCs. Uh, Mini games. There are also mini games. Poker. Yeah, mini game poker. What else? You also have some interesting side missions. Yeah. So that's pretty much like Red Dead Redemption back in the NES day. So that goes to the S rank. Sorry, I can't. Okay. So that's the Lone Ranger. That's an S rank for me. Okay, let me shrink my screen here a little bit so that everyone can see. Let's go to the next one. Mega Man 3. Really enjoyed this. So this goes to A+. The game mechanics are quite good. So that's an A+. Punchout, of course. That's an S. Same goes to the other Punch-Out. Really enjoyed that one. Replayability is quite high for me, so I played it several times now. Okay, we'll go with the Need for Speed. So Need for Speed Underground, the first one, I really enjoyed this one. You won't get this kind of NFS nowadays. Even though the graphics are a big leap compared to what they had on PlayStation 2, GameCube era. The story it's still good. It's a racing game, but there's a story. Still enjoyed it. The music, ah man, yeah, it's like your own playlist. Everything is good about this game. So that goes to A+. Same goes to the second one. It's an A+. Most Wanted came. That's the third after. That's the third game after. Well, NFS one is. I first played that on. I mean, NFS Underground. I played that on my PC. Of course, all of them were played on my PC. Most Wanted, Carbon. I still love that. The Undercover. Kind of enjoyed it. I'm not sure, but the characters are not as interesting as the one we had in Underground, Most Wanted, and Carbon. So that goes to A. The Run, for me, this was the last NFS, very good NFS game. The Run, really enjoyed that one. Ni no Kuni, if you like Pokemon style games. This one, you don't have Pokemons on this one. You'll have some familiars that you'll grow and develop and train. Not train, but develop. Give food. Training is there, when you put them against some other familiars. In Nier Automata, this goes to A+. You have to finish all endings on this one to completely understand this. The gameplay is excellent. The story, the lore, yeah, it's quite good, guys. So try this one. Now, I played Ninja Gaiden on the DS, and it was really good. This is the Dragon Sword, NES Dragon Sword, because any DS that time, of course, you have to use to slash. You have to use your stylus. You had, yeah. You also have to do some. I'm not sure if that's, yeah. So the gameplay is excellent on this one. Didn't notice the story, but I enjoyed the game so much that time. Now the Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3, this goes to A. I enjoyed them. Prince of Persia. Okay. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. Love the story. Gameplay, quite good. Yeah, so that goes to A. They made some improvements on the Prince of Persia after the Prince of Persia Sands of Time, Warrior Within. That was an excellent game. That was an excellent game. Yeah. Two Thrones, kind of not so interesting. Yeah, for that one. Here, there's always a Dahaka who'll try to chase you. You know, in the end, yeah, you'll be able to do something about it. Prince of Persia. I mean, this one. This one, story is good. Voice characters, excellent, but the ending, they did something about the ending. Prince of Persia, players, or those fans of Prince of players, didn't like. They put it behind a paywall for you to get the true ending, and I wasn't able to finish. I mean, get the true ending. I was able to finish it, but wasn't able to get the true ending. So, and another thing is that the game mechanics. There's always someone who will rescue you in times of need. So that's what I can say. So it's still a good game for me. Enjoyed the sword fight, the game mechanics. Still enjoyed it. Prince of Persia. This is the not quite interesting as the first two or three Prince of Persia. For not quite as interesting as the Sands of Time, Warrior Within, and Two Thrones. So that goes to B. Yeah, better graphics compared to the other two, but they didn't go hand in hand with the story. Ratchet and Clank graphics, quite I mean, excellent graphics. Not that boring, fun to play. Game mechanics are good. So that goes to A plus. Okay, Red Dead Redemption, that's an S. That's a legendary game. Hard to come by games. Same goes to Red Dead Redemption 2. So many interesting characters. Everything is excellent for that game. Undead Nightmare, still a Red Dead Redemption game. However, I'm going to put that on A plus. The zombie mode game. Story still good. Exploration still good. NPCs. Yeah, there are some and I mean, most of the NPCs are still interesting. Shadow of the Colossus. Let's see here. Shadow of the Colossus. A plus. A plus, yeah. Okay, let's go with Simpsons Hit and Run. Everyone is yearning. I love The Simpsons, guys. Now, Sinner's Sacrifice. Compared to the Dark Souls games, this one doesn't have dungeons, no leveling up. The cool thing about this is that you'll get to fight the boss, each one of them. There are 7 bosses and 1 secret boss. So that goes to A. Sleeping Dogs. Didn't expect this one would be part of the S rank games. I mean, if you love kung fu movies, yeah, kind of love kung fu movies. Story, quite interesting character. The NPCs are quite interesting. Gameplay, yeah, you'll enjoy the gameplay. Super Mario Bros. Of course, that goes to Legendary. The underrated Super Mario game is 2. I really enjoyed that. Same goes to Mario 3. 2 is quite underrated, but it's still an S rank game for me. Same goes to the Odyssey. Reason why you don't see much SNES games, N64 games, GameCube, PS2, PS1 games, because I missed those generation. I only get to play games from NES, and the rest are like these are legit. NES and the PS3, anything over PS3 are legit. The rest, I went to high seas to get the games, to play those games. So Mario RPG, still a Mario game, and it's an RPG, so I really enjoyed that one. Earthworm Jim, of course, I enjoy that one. Gameplay mechanics, really fun. Secrets of Mana. This goes to the S rank. Mario Kart A+. Saints Row, I really enjoyed this, but there's some missing. I felt like something's missing at the ending. Same goes to Saints Row. It's an A game. Got Out of Hell. Quite repetitive. Star Ocean, Hope and Faithlessness. I kind of enjoyed that. And some other. Well, the first one, they said that it's better than the second one. I mean, Star Ocean, Faithlessness, Hope and Faithlessness. The first Star Wars game I played, video game, Star Wars 2, Force Unleashed. It's an A+. Fortunately, we're yet to play another good story mode, Star Wars soon, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, it's good enough to be on my future ranking. Now, Uncharted 1, it's fun to play. Not as good as 2. This is a rank. 3 goes to, I enjoyed that one. Feels like the second one. Walking Dead. If you enjoyed the series, you'll definitely enjoy this one. So this one goes to the S. Same goes to the season 2, season 1, season 2. Very good games. I highly recommend playing that. Witcher, another legendary game. a must play. Side missions, exploring. The characters are quite interesting. Yakuza 0. Um, this is when they introduce. I mean, they gave the backstory of Majima. If they haven't added the backstory of Majima, this could have been like a B. I mean, an A for me. But because they added Majima, that goes to S. Okay, and last one is the Kiwami, which I enjoyed. The side missions of the Yakuza are better than Grand Theft Auto. The side missions, so I highly recommend playing that. The exploration is not it's not as big. The area is not the map is not as big as Grand Theft Auto. So, but the exploration is quite good, guys. The side missions, quite interesting side missions they have. All right, guys. So that's it. That's my ranking. So I hope you enjoyed my top games, and I hope to see you next time. This won't be the last time we'll do a live streaming on YouTube and Mixer. Um, and hopefully we'll play another game soon. We'll get to play a game in YouTube and Mixer. So thanks guys for watching my stream, and hope you guys have a nice weekend. Take care now.